Good evening and welcome back. Attorney Jay Davis is here from James W. Davis for our It's the Law segment.
Hey, good to be here.
Good evening. Happy to have you. So today we're going to talk about a case out of Telfair County, and I may need a little help with our teleprompter there because my little clicker stopped working. But it is out of Telfair County, so I do want to talk about that. It's getting a lot of national attention. That's because the murder indictment was dismissed. The case involved a man charged with killing a couple he met through Craigslist. In March of 2015, Ronnie Towns was indicted on murder charges in the death of El Ray and June Runyon and McRae. Prosecutors say the couple met with Towns to buy a car. So, Jay, my first question to you is, how did this indictment get thrown out? Does that happen quite a bit?
That's not a normal course of events. Well, first of all, I think we really need to warn everybody, probably don't go buy a car with a ton of cash because you're putting yourself in a little
very
bit of
dangerous
harm's way
situation.
But generally indictments don't get thrown out. That while sometimes we move to quash an indictment because it's not written up correctly. They charge something. We had one a while back with an elderly abuse where my client, we didn't believe he had any duty of care, so we didn't believe the indictment was correct to begin with. But here, everybody's entitled to a jury of their peers, but the peers are supposed to be selected a certain way. They're supposed to be selected at random. You have notices sent out to whatever is generated on a random call, and they're brought in. What happened here is the grand jury, which is the one who hears all the stuff only from the prosecution side first, and then they say, hey, there's enough evidence from the prosecution for us to say that there's a case here. And then it moves forward to what we call a petite jury. So here, they had to reach beyond the grand jury to get more members of the petite jury, and they didn't do that at random, and that's what the problem was.
I was going to ask you, how do you prove that as an attorney that the jury wasn't selected?
Well, they asked how they picked the jurors, and the clerk was told by the judge, go ahead and get some of the normal jurors to pull them over to the grand jury, and she called ones that she knew or thought would be available based on other things. That's not random. Once you step out of, this is our list, we're going to call them in an order, or we're going to make some sort of attempt to do this. Once you know somebody, or somebody's calling because you know them, it's no longer random. There was two dissenting justices, so everybody's not in agreement on this particular case. But from a defense attorney, we want them random. I've gone into different courtrooms and I look at the jury pool and I'm like, there's no way this jury pool is random.
Oh, interesting.
So sometimes you look at it, you look at the makeup of the community, you look at the makeup of the jury, and you go, there's a problem going on here. And when somebody, whether it's a clerk, in this case we believe it was very accidental, thought she was trying to help out by getting somebody in a pinch to get them there, probably no intent here. But when that stuff is allowed to happen, you have people who are putting their hands on the stuff, and they're going, who would be a great jury for this judge? And then they start picking. That's right. That's exactly
not random at all.
Happen.
All right, Jay, we are all out of time. We could talk about this case for quite a bit. I had so many more questions, but thank you so much for being with us this evening.
Always.
All right.